India, Japan and a new regional architecture. What factors are pushing India and Japan for closer cooperation these years? Why Indo-Pacific region is becoming a bone of contention among maritime powers? Are India and Japan increasing the bilateral security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region? And why? GS Paper 2, Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements Involving India and Affecting India's Interests. What is the context about? Few days back Narendra Modi leaves for India after concluding Japan visit. During PM Narendra Modi's visit, India and Japan signed 10 pacts covering a range of areas. The two countries signed a landmark civil nuclear deal and 9 other agreements in various areas such as boosting Japanese investment in infrastructure, railways, and for cooperation in space and agriculture. What factors are pushing India and Japan for closer cooperation these years? The big geopolitical factor, the rise of China and its hegemonic designs. Sino-Indian relations have slumped precipitously, and this simply cannot be stated differently. China has refused to cooperate with India on terrorism emanating from Pakistan and India's entry into the nuclear suppliers group. On the other hand, Chinese Coast Guard vessels were spotted near the disputed islands in the East China Sea while Modi was still in Japan. The other major reason is the US. The Japanese administration, especially Abe, has had a lingering skepticism of US commitments in East Asia for some time now. The election of Donald Trump as the next US president magnifies Tokyo's concerns. Trump's election has also increased the uncertainties for India. Why Indo-Pacific region is becoming a bone of contention among maritime powers? The Indo-Pacific region is an emerging geostrategic and geoeconomic concept that has been gaining significance in the field of defense and security studies. It is the geographical connotation of the area which covers the eastern coast of Africa through Indian Ocean and western Pacific Ocean. Importantly, the maritime powers, such as Australia, China, Japan, India and the US, determine the pivot of the Indo-Pacific region, while they seek to dominate and influence each other to achieve their national goals. It, in fact, represents the center of gravity of the world's economic, political and strategic interests. It is rich in natural resources, especially hydrocarbons which fuel the industrial engines of the world's economies. Are India and Japan increasing the bilateral security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region? And why? As far as defense exercises are concerned, Japan has now become a permanent third participant in the annual Indo-US Malabar exercise. Now both countries are looking to build greater bilateral cooperation in securing the global commons in the Indo-Pacific region. Both India-Japan wish for the India-US-Japan trilateral dialogue. Meanwhile, they are getting ready to face adverse consequences of Trump-led US. If Trump decides to reframe the US-Japan Security Pact, Tokyo would have to look for new partners to counter the growing Chinese presence in the Indo-Pacific region. It is in both India and Japan's favor to mutually cooperate and benefit from the idea of a special strategic and global partnership.